Hi everyone, welcome back to another live stream. I hope you're doing well. It's actually sunny for one of the first days here, so I was enjoying my time outside and at the end of quarantine, so I hope you're doing well too. I'm going to switch over to screencast here. Hi everyone, hi Lars, hi nobodies. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can chat before the stream. I don't know, I guess so. So welcome. If you're new here, or if you haven't watched one of my streams before, this is the curriculum app that I've been working on for a while, and I promise it's really almost ready to launch. There's just a couple more things we have to add. You can find it in the description below if you want to see the code. It's on my GitHub Gwen F, and you can look in projects. Oh, it says I'm not online. Okay, there. For some reason Firefox wasn't working. All right, and then you can look in the dev tasks board. Oh, cool. Oh, that's right. There was that one time when I got the times mixed up and you were chatting for an hour before I came on. I forgot about that. Okay, so I have these tasks that I want to complete. Today I'm going to finish the form validation. I was doing Vue.js last time, and I put that in like 2 pages, but there are still a few pages where I need to validate the inputs on the front end in Vue.js. And then I need to implement email functionality. So I think someone in the chat mentioned SendGrid. So I could set up something like that since it's not built into the Express framework like it is into some other frameworks like Django. I usually use Mailgun, but I'm open to using whatever. So okay, let me get started. So here I have my front end and my back end running. Here's the app, and let me look over at the code. Actually, it's right here. Let me rearrange my screens. Okay, so in the code, I have the settings page, which is one of the pages where I added form validation because I'm importing this from Vue.js. And where is it? I have the validations object here. So I also have it in this form. I need it in my authentication forms. So I need it in login and register and those forms. So let's see. I have register and login here. So let me start with login. There's just 2 fields. And I can make a validations object here. So after data, I'll make validations. Oh wait, it's not a method, it's an object. Okay, and then I have that, and I can probably copy paste over some of my validations here, which I guess I should, let me see real quick, because I might be able to use Vue.js and set global validations. So let me look at Vue.js, and I guess I can set global validation maybe. How to set validate rules in Vue.js. This is what I want. To have the same field. Okay, that's not what I want at all. Not what I want. Okay, let me just go to the Vue.js docs and see, maybe they have something about it here. Basic form. So what I want is to set global validation, so I'm not having to copy paste the same validations, because I have the same password validation in I don't know, 3 different components, and I have the same other validations too, like min and max length and a couple things like that. So validator, you want to work on your tree view component? I'm good, Suzanne. How are you? So nobody's, what do you mean work on your tree view component? What are you building? So I have an interest in tree views right now, or I've been trying out all the different view ones people have. Okay, so list of helpers, locator, regex. So I wonder if I could put it on Vue.js. Let me search for Vue.js here. Vue.js. In case you don't want to modify your model directly, you can use input and event bindings. Okay. So that's just storing it on the Vuex store for things like dirty and touch. But okay, so they don't have any Vuex examples. Oh well, I'm just gonna leave it. Right now I'm only copying it to log in and register, and it's only a few lines of code, so whatever. I'll make a note to fix it later. Okay, so here, this is from Vuex, so then I'll import, I'll yank that, and now I'll import Vuelidate. Okay. And for login, they'll log in with their email and password. And so here, I want to, I'll say it's required. I can set min and max length, and I don't need the same as. I still need email, so that's okay. And then from settings, I'll have to copy the validation objects. So I'll need, in this case, just one password and email. That's it. So I'll come down here and so Vuetify, their tree views are inefficient with big arrays. Oh, cool. Awesome. I might use your library or tool. Or you're going to contribute to Vuetify itself? Are you going to make a PR to them? That would be nice. Okay, so I have validation here, and okay, so instead of this though, I'll do, this is just password. All right. I have email, min and max length, and required for password. I also need required for email. And I don't know why in settings. Oh yeah, because this is, they can optionally update these things on the settings page because they're already logged in. Okay, so email doesn't need to be required there, but I do need it to be required here. And then in register, I have password, email, and username. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Undo. I thought I still had it yanked. Okay, so I'll do, let's see. And then, okay. So I have required, min length, max length. I don't need same as, and that's fine. So now I'll need another validations object, and I'm just going to copy the one I have here and move it over to here. Oh, is it after? Yeah, it's after data, so I'll do that. Okay. Now I have the validations ready. I need to hook them up to the inputs though. their policies. So what policies does Vuetify have that you wouldn't be able to contribute? You mean you're not going to write tests for your PR and that kind of stuff? You might be able to get someone else to do that if you contribute the code. Besides, I plan on using a third-party library for research. Okay, that's cool. I still might use it. Yeah, I want to get dragging. What I want to do is get dragging working in that tree view. So if you make a component that can be wrapped in Vue draggable, so you can drag around the different elements and nested elements in a tree view, that would be awesome. Okay. So password, email. All right, so that's what I need. The next thing is, so on these input fields here, I have these things like @input @blur, and I call the touch method from Vuelidate, the validation library, and then I also have the error messages here. So I need to write a method for the error messages, and I'm just going to copy these and then move them over here. So let's see, I'll just add them here. Oops. And there. Okay. And then I'll just put them on register and I'll fix the page in a second. So put this again. And then just copy pasting everywhere. Alright, so I think after I launch this app, I might do a couple streams where I'm just, going back and cleaning up the code and fixing things. That would be really nice. Okay, right now I'm just trying to get it done as quickly as possible, hopefully. So here I have the email field. So error messages. So I don't need this because I don't have a lot of different fields in this component. So I'm just gonna make a method that's it's called email errors. Let's say that. And I still have to make that method. But here, this will be email. So all the errors on email. Email. Okay. Email. Okay. And now here, let's, this is password, so I'll do password errors. And really, I just want them to not be able to submit a password that's out of bounds of the minimum 8 characters or the maximum 128 characters here, because they've already created their password, but I just don't want them to be able to make extra calls or to try to prevent them from doing it anyway. So email errors, password errors, I need to create these methods. So let me go to methods here. After mapping actions, I'll create email errors and oh yeah, and then password errors. All right, and then here, I can't remember how I was supposed to do these methods. So in the settings.vue file, I do have, yeah, so I basically don't have to take in anything. Oh yeah, because I have the value already for the field. And then I can just return errors. So, because I'm making this empty array. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that. And in email errors, I'll paste it. And I have the same field name, so this view, what is it called? Oh yeah, viewLidate. So this the viewLidate variable email dirty. Okay, push invalid email if there's an error. That's fine. And then for password, I need to check min and max length, which I'm already doing over here. So let me grab some of the password logic. So I'll just copy this and then take out what I need. And here, I'm gonna do, oops, I did completely the wrong thing. I thought I copied it. Let me see. I don't know what happened. Why isn't copy working? I think I hit the wrong key. Okay, that's better. Alright, so I did that. I will get rid of this because I'm not using that in this form. So here with the password, I'm checking. Oh, I also only have one password field, so I can get rid of this and just use dot notation and say, oops, and say dot password, the name of the field. Okay, and then I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. Alright, so then I'm checking required min length and max length because they should run into those errors in that order, unless they're copy pasting something outrageous. Okay, so email errors, password errors. So this should work. Let me go to the login form. Okay, so it's not. Let me try. I have to have this open, I think, to do a hard refresh. Okay, doing a refresh. And why is it automatically? I must have an error somewhere. So let me look in here. VMV is undefined. $V is undefined. Okay, so why is it undefined? So I have my validations. I'm importing viewLidate. So why is $V undefined? In login. What am I missing? Hi Kingsley, how are you? For the viewLidate reuse issue, you could look into using slots to wrap the form and put validation logic in the slot component. Slots, yeah, that might be a good idea. Let me write it down in a dev task. I'll put a refactor label on it. So I'll say refactor viewLidate logic to be reusable using view slots to wrap form. Alright, thanks. That way I remember it. Maybe you're trying to use this in a place where you cannot. Let's see, am I doing that? I think it has a problem with the $V though, because in methods I'm just using this $V, which I do have access to, or I should have access to anyway. Is not defined on the instance, but referenced during render. Now why? So in settings, am I doing anything else with Vue.js? No, I'm just importing it that one time. And it should be globally available. So let me see actually if I have in the terminal, I don't know, $V, it's not defined. So let me look in the Vue Dev Tools. I really wish I could zoom in on the Vue Dev Tools in Firefox. Hopefully that's coming soon. Otherwise, these dev tools are awesome. Okay, so, oh yeah, oh no, it wouldn't be on Vuex. So it should be just available in the component state. Let's see. Home header. Let me go to login again. So let me look at login and auth template, vform. Okay, so let me just $V is not defined. So let me just go to, I mean, why is it working on the settings page? I must have some kind of typo here, because I added a bunch of things in a row. But my code looks fine in the editor. And here I'm closing all of my parentheses and stuff. Login, yeah, everything looks good. Let me check validation again. I have email, password, and that looks good. And I'm importing these from Vue.js. Alright, so I wonder if let's see, let me log in and okay, so let me just log in as anybody. Let me say go in at example.com 1 2 3 4 5 6. Check password errors. Okay, request status failed. So let me see. Response invalid token. So okay, so I'm not sending over the token with this endpoint, but login worked. So I can still have access to settings. So I need to fix this call, the curricula call, the get request. But I think I can go to the settings page. Oh, I'm getting another issue here. Okay. Alright, so I have user info and password. And let me look in the settings page in the Vue Dev Tools. I have, yeah, in computed, I have this validation object. So let me check here. Let me find computed. Map state auth user. So why do I have a validation object here and not in my other form. Password form. But you didn't, yeah, I didn't in the login page. Maybe imported normal Axios. Oh, yeah. I don't know, because we updated Axios last time for calls, so I don't know if I updated the curriculum endpoint. Or that whole actions file, actually. The V computed prop. Yeah, so here, in the settings page, so I have access to this $V here, but I'm not, I thought it was injected, so I have access to it in the components. Because I have access to it in settings. Let me see if I have access to it elsewhere. No, so how is it getting injected into the computed here? Oh, through validations, right? Because I'm setting validations here. So maybe I'm putting it in the wrong place here. Let me check. I have... Oh, I'm calling it validation. That's why. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm calling it validation here too, so. Alright. That's the problem with typing everything so many times. I'm just bound to misspell it. Okay, so that should work now. Alright, let me log out. Now I can log in. And now the component, let me uncomment or I guess add that stuff back in. Let me just copy it from here. So, and I'll paste it there. And I need that. Paste it here. So here it will be email, then email, and then I need to fix this again. So that's, what is it? Email errors. So email errors, and now here, this will be password errors. No, here. So this field is called password, and then this is called password. So this should work, because we already have the two methods. TypeScript. We can talk about TypeScript. So I think just in general, if I had autocomplete turned on, or some of those helpers, because I can turn them on in this, what is this called? VS Code. But I turned them all off because I hate the pop-ups. They get in the way so much, and I keep having to hit the escape key to close them. So I think that would have caught it too. And yeah, TypeScript. Okay, that's one bug that TypeScript might have prevented. Okay, I did something else wrong now. So when Vue 3 comes out, I am going to try using TypeScript. I might even do a live stream on TypeScript in Vue 3. And we'll see how it goes, how long the build takes and stuff. Alright. Type check failed for error messages. Expected a string, got an array. So error messages. Where is this talking about? In v text field. It doesn't say the file. I need to fix that. Wait, get out of there, get out. Okay, so error. So that's, I think. Oh, does Evan Yoon doesn't like decorators? I think the functional API is just a really good idea in general. It's a simple concept. I don't want to say it's simple because all the low-level components aren't really simple. Error messages. So let me look in the auth template component. Is it talking about auth template? No, it's not. Oh, so is it? Oh, error messages is this this directive here. So I'm passing in password errors or email errors. Am I returning the right thing? So I'm returning an array of strings. So let's see. App.js. Can I, oh, this is already down. Yeah, again, okay. Let's see, so what am I doing here? So it has to do with these two functions here. So let me see if maybe I'll comment these out. Oops. Okay, I'll comment those out and, oh, wait. Return errors. So I'm not defining errors anywhere. I think that's the problem here. Okay. It's not that he doesn't like it. It wasn't his go-to when designing the Vue 3 because it wouldn't provide much improvement in terms of scaling. I think it's simpler for TypeScript. I mean, like he mentions in his talk, it's simpler to test and also use TypeScript with functions and variables, which is what the functional API is. And Vue's always focused on simplicity. So now that I'm defining this errors array, let me see if that works. Yeah, decorators aren't. Are they in Dino? I know Dino has a lot of awesome features out of the box. Okay, so invalid type check for error messages. Let me see if this happens anywhere else. So, oh, this is just a warning, so it could potentially be something that I just haven't fixed. So I'm going to come back to that. I know Dino does. So that you can use TypeScript or JavaScript without TypeScript in Dino. There are a lot of good ideas in Dino. So there's so many apps I want to build now and so many different technologies. Okay. So I have this. So it's not just warn because it's not giving me the error messages here. In settings page, it gives me the error messages because I'm passing them in. So let's see, Vuetify and yeah, I'll just go to the Vuetify docs and look at the inputs. Getting started. Okay. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, input. So I'll just say text fields. I actually want to scroll down because I think the validation is at the bottom. Yeah, so text field, overput, inputs. Okay, so I think I'm just going to type in validation here. Text field validation, here it is. Okay, so this is passing in rules, and rules are supposed to be strings. So actually, I think this error messages, I think these come from Vue.js, or this functionality comes from Vue.js, right? It's what's the problem? It's still not working. So I fixed, what was the last thing that I fixed? I was doing something wrong a minute ago. Oh, I wasn't setting this errors array here. So I thought that's why it was giving me an error, but it's not that. Oh, Vuetify gives 2 ways of validation. So they give well, they give you rules, right? And then they give you the HTML5 validation API. Do you get a different kind of validation? Maybe, I don't know. Okay. So I know they give you examples like Vue.js. Oh, it's under form examples. That's where it is. So here, so they're giving, this is name errors. Let me look at name errors in scripts. And return errors. And they're doing an errors array too here. So errors.push. Error messages description puts the input in an error state and passes through custom error messages. Will be combined with any validations that occur from the rule prop. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I have methods computed and I mean, I could move these to computed, and the reason why I put them in methods instead of computed is that I needed to pass in an argument here to check all the different types of password fields. It should be giving you error state. So whenever those are not null or empty. So do you think it's empty here? I mean, return errors. Oh man, so this, okay. Okay, so maybe this is gonna work now. I feel like I've had so many typos today. Alright, it's still not working. See, this prop type check error messages, I don't know why it's expecting a string here. It says it's expecting a string and instead, oh, a string or array, and it got a function. Okay, why is it getting a function? Oh, I think I know what happened. Oh, okay, I was like, why is it asking for a string? I think that I need to call it here because it can't take a function. Oh wait, that's the V model. Alright, that makes sense. Okay, now it's working. Thanks. Okay, so invalid email, password's too short. So, okay, that validation's working. And now let me go to register and get the validation working here. And I know it's all broken because I haven't updated this at all. So let me update these text fields real quick. So I'll do username. I'm gonna make new validation here, which is username validation. And here I'll do username. Okay, that's good. And then this one will be email validation again. And then email, and then this will be the email field too. All right, I've done those, and now just one more, password. So I have password. Oh, the error message is, the method will be called password errors. And then this one will be password errors. No. The field name is just password. All right. I feel like I'm half asleep today or something. Okay, so I have password, email, username. That's good. I have email and password here, so I'm gonna have to add a username to register. And I think on the back end, the stipulation is that it's between 3 and 20 characters. So I'm gonna copy these because it's required, and I want it to be have a min and max length. So that's going to be 3 characters. And 1 second, sorry. My Apple Watch is vibrating and it's really annoying. Okay. Okay, max length will be 20 because nobody needs a username longer than 20 characters. I think that's good. Alright, so I have my validations. Now I need to make the methods. And this time I'm going to properly copy from login without misspelling things. So I'm going to copy these. And actually in settings, no, I'm not misspelling. I think when I copied, I didn't copy the final S there. And I missed a couple things. Oh well. Alright, so I copied email errors and password errors. I'm also going to add username errors. And no, I feel like it's more similar to password, so copy those. And yeah, I need to say username is required if they don't enter one, and then username must be at least 3 characters long and at most 20 characters long. Oh yeah, and then I have to go and change all of these. So username, username, okay. And just from looking at it, that looks pretty good. I do want to add, so in here, I'm going to add, let's see, right here. In email, I do want to add a required statement for the email. And I'm going to say that email is required. And just me, I like to have the hyphen in the email. Okay, so one more thing. Let me move this to login as well. So I'll have email here. Okay, that looks good. And didn't think it was going to take 45 minutes to do form validation, but that's okay. All right, so register should be working. Let me see if that's true. So it looks like it's not working. Let me see. So the password field, something that doesn't like it. Oh, yeah, right. So here, password errors. So I need to call the functions here. And this is also a function. Now it's not working at all. Username validation is not a function. Oh, right, because I need to rename my method here. No, I need to rename it here. It should be errors. I think I was saying validation and trying to type errors, and it just came out wrong. Okay, now I have one more error. Email validation. Did I spell all of these wrong? Okay, so email errors. All right. That's good. Email, invalid email, password must be, okay, so these are all working, that's good. Now let me log in and fix that curricula API call that's not passing the token. So let me log in here and say Gwen at example.com and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right. My password isn't long enough, so I need to update my password. So let's see, what should I do? So maybe I will comment that out. No. Let me just register for a new user. Alright, and I'll go back and delete all those users after. So I'm going to call this, what should I call it? KitKat. And I'll say KitKat at example.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good. Alright, sign up successful. And now on login, I can say KitKat at example.com. Add the checkbox Gwen mode, which allows. Actually, so my passwords that I normally generate are like probably 32 or 35 characters long. But yeah, when I'm testing, I do as few characters as possible. I guess not even as few as possible because I use 6, so that's better than 2 or 3. Oh, I haven't seen the Vue template. The Vue ecosystem is so vast. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, the network request. So I have to figure out what's wrong with that network request. So let me go to, let's see, let me go to my actions where I'm making the request from. So it'll be in my store and then actions.js. And then here, so I am importing my Axios config file, which is where I have some presets for Axios. So I wonder why it's not correctly, the token isn't working. And let me see here, unauthorized headers. So it doesn't appear as if I'm setting an authorization header. Oh, my authorization header is empty. Why is it empty? Token, so token and local storage is empty here. Let me look at my local storage and see. maybe I'm not correctly setting it on login anymore when I updated some stuff. Hi, Admir. Yeah, nobody's is right. We're using Node and Express. You can look at the repo if you click on the link in the description. There's a folder for the front end and a folder for the back end. Okay, so yeah, token is not set. Oh, I'm looking cookies. Let me look in local storage. So I do have token set. What the heck? I have token set. And maybe I'm trying to request the token before it's set. That could be happening. So I'm calling this axios.getCurricula. And it's not getting back the token even though it is in local storage. So it's just setting an empty string. But let me look and see if other network requests are. So count. Oh, that's options. Count. Login. Yeah, the response sends back the token. Okay, let me look at the login function then. So that's in one of my Vuex modules, the auth module. And I have login, and I am setting local storage set item. So maybe I need to await this. Is that async? You never know. Okay, let me try to await this to make sure that set item happens before I make this mutation and go to this link. Because once I do router.replace with curricula, that's when I make that curricula call when I hit that page. Hey Athmain, how are you? Next tick. Yeah, let me try this real quick and see if it works. Okay, I'll get rid of all those other requests. Oh, it's synchronous. But now I am getting, so why am I now getting curricula here? I mean, I don't have to get this off of local storage. I could get it out of the Vuex state and use that for API calls. It was just easier because I'm outside of the Vuex state in this Axios config. But I could import the store here. Let me think. So, yeah, I've never awaited local storage anything before. So let me get rid of this. Okay. Local storage is, wait, can you come back to the set method? This one? Router.replace might be async though. Yeah, I don't think that would matter because this should already be set. And for some reason, the API that's supposed to happen here is happening here. For login. Let's see. So in Axios config, local storage.get item. And then here it worked, so I got the curricula. Well, let me go to all curricula. Yeah, so I got all curricula back. So now it's working, but initially it fails. Check the user mutation. Where's the user mutation? So let's see. yeah, so I did change all this stuff last stream. Let's see. State.user payload. Let me look at the Vuex mutations. So I have update curricula here and here. Yeah, so that's working. The auth user. I also have the token on the auth user here. Maybe payload. What do you mean payload? So payload is because it's Vuex events. So no, so payload is working because it is overwriting the user object here. So I am getting it to update from the old user object to the new user object. The thing that's weird is that the first time I tried to pull from local storage here, it's returning a none, or it's not getting anything back, so it's basically a falsy value and then giving me an empty string. But then even if I call it like 1 second later, it's truthy and the call works fine. Yeah, I guess, I mean, where would I put the console.log? So the get curriculum method, here, so I wonder, I could try this. I could get the token from the store. So I could import a store from and that should import this, right? Okay. So if I import the store and then you can wrap it with view.prototype.nextTick and set the token. Oh, you mean on local storage? Can I do that in Axios? Set next tick. Is that really the preferred behavior? I thought they were getting rid of next tick in Vue 3. Maybe they're not. If you import Vue, but it's code smell. Okay, great. Let me just try to import the store real quick and see if I can get the token off the store. So I'll do const token equals, how would I access it? It would be store.auth user.token. I think that's it. Let me see if that works. Doesn't like it. I think maybe it's a circular dependency issue. Yeah, it doesn't like this at all. So a getter in Vuex for the token. So let me see, store.auth. Would it be .state? If the item exists in local storage. So that's the thing, I need it to exist before I make the call. But it should already exist before. Okay, so before here, because when I log in here, so I'm calling the login function to log in. It logs in fine. I get the token back. I set the token, which sets okay, and then I'm routing to this page, and then the curricula thing is being called. So why is everything else working, but for some reason the token, I can't pull it from local storage until this? So I might have to do next tick. I don't know. Because it's working in every other case, it seems. It's just not working as soon as I log in. So let me get rid of this too. Okay, that fixes my code. I know console.log everything, but I really don't think that console.logging will help. I mean, let me try it here. So token. Alright, maybe yeah, so the token logs out fine. So let me log out and log back in and see what happens. So log in. Let me do, what was that user? Oh, KitKat at example.com. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it didn't log, and I didn't get an error this time. And did the network request fail? No, this time the network request was fine. What the heck? Oh, that's options. Oh, so yeah, the network request was okay. They just didn't have any curricula for this user yet. So that works. So it seems to work okay now. I don't know. I can't tell what's going on then. Okay. And now I don't know why it's showing in both places. Okay. Oh, because it was waiting for the request. I do need a spinner too. Yeah, it seems like it just started working, so that's a potential bug that I have to figure out if it's still a bug. Alright, that's fine. I'll add that as a potential bug. I do want to talk about, 1 second, so register login, forms on the Vue curriculum page. I didn't actually do that. I might get to that later. Okay. Oh, did it not update? Yeah, it did update. Alright. So this implement email functionality, I want to start talking about that. And let me just add that potential bug, which is getting 401 back from initial curricula or /curricula API call after login. Just so I can document that. Okay. And now, so the implement email functionality, I was thinking about using Mailgun, and that's what I originally intended. And honestly, the only reason for that is because I almost always use Mailgun. so it's just something that I know. What do you mean time? Okay, so set up Mailgun account. Yeah, so basically what I need is... Oh, okay. Yeah, have a good night, Lars. Thanks for joining. So basically what I need to do is send a confirmation email when they sign up and allow users to be able to reset their password and stuff via email. So I only have like maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes or less to finish up the stream. But I need to at least figure out what I'm going to do here. So Lars said earlier that I should use SendGrid, and I feel like I've used this in the past, but I can't remember. So let me see how easy it would be to use. Okay, so send password resets, partner with email service trusted by developers. Time saving, that would be great. So let me see plans and what the free plan looks like. Try it out. Send 40,000 emails for 30 days, then 100 a day forever. So 100 a day sounds great right now. And what do you get for it? You get API, delivery, okay. No access to dedicated IPs, no access to email validation. Oh, you won't be able to protect your sending reputation by validating email addresses. Okay. Suppression management. Yeah, this looks good. I mean, I just need something to use for now. We can always update it later. So, alright, I am going to try SendGrid then. Let me look at the API. So, where is the API? Oh, it must be under developers. Ooh, start in 5 minutes. Getting started in 5 minutes. So basically your API call must have the following. So a host, and you set an authorization header, and an API key with the authorization header. Okay. It gives me a curl example that I can try. And that's it. That's pretty easy, actually. Okay, and then here's the API. So if I post mail.send, okay, request.body, I'll have the email information, and then some metadata, headers, sections, all that stuff. Okay, there's a lot of different things that I can set, and then I can have campaigns and whatever too. Oh, and then I'll pass in the HTML or the text for the email. Okay. Oh, this is for the tracking link, but I guess they should have an HTML somewhere else too. Alright, so unfortunately I don't have time to set this up today, but I think so Sunday I have the Python stream, and then I might have to wait till next Wednesday, unless I might be able to squeeze in a stream on Monday or Tuesday and get SendGrid set up. And yeah, because if I finish, let's see, if I finish send grid, implement email. So let me edit this real quick and I'll say send grid. Yeah, I might as well try it. It looks good. All right. So if let's say I set up, I'm going to finish this and then I think I'm going to finish this on my own time. So I'm not doing like form validation after form validation, just copy pasting. And then implement email functionality. If I set that up next stream, and then I need the forgot password flow. So once I have the emails, I can do forgot passwords and then 1 or 2 more updates. But as soon as I get forgot passwords, I think I'm going to go ahead and push it live, and then I can always update other things as I go. So next week, I promise this thing will be live on the internet somewhere and everyone can use it, and I can keep improving it, making it better, and I'm really hoping that it's a tool that people will use eventually and that it'll help somebody, or it can be a great learning tool, because we're all learning using different curricula that we kind of construct, as we're learning whatever, like Vue or Node or Dino or whatever. So yeah, that's the plan. Publish this next week, and then I might live stream some more updates to this app. Yes, that's the hope, that people will use it. And then I might publish some more live streams doing updates to this app, but I really want to get started on the new app doing, what was it? Oh yeah, I'm going to do Django. So Django REST API and a Vue.js front end. I'm going to get started with the Django backend. I'm hoping next Friday night stream, actually, I think definitely next Friday night stream, I'm going to start off with the Django REST API and get started on a new application. I also want to thank everyone who's supported my channel and these live streams and my videos. I did just hit 3,000 subscribers today, right about the time of this stream actually. So thanks so much. I'm really excited about hitting that milestone and making this channel better. So yeah, have a great night everyone. And if you like Python, I will be streaming again with Python on Sunday. So have a great night. Bye.